I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, face your fear, you'll feel better. I'm usually one of those people who's like, face your fear, you'll feel 200 times worse. Guys, today I thought I would come on here and do another kind of anxiety video, and I know like blah blah blah, anxiety is like a trend now, whatever. It's not to me. If you guys have seen my old anxiety videos, then you know that I suffer with anxiety, and I have for years now. So you can watch those videos if you kind of want to see like my symptoms of anxiety, like what happens to me when I'm anxious and like how it affects my life and stuff. But today, instead of doing like my experience with anxiety and like stuff like that, I thought I would kind of just do like a list of the things that make me anxious. And I don't know why, really. I don't know if it's gonna be relatable to you if you get anxious from similar things, but I just wanted to get into it, so please keep watching if you're interested in this. It's one thing that makes me anxious, and this is something that's made me anxious even before I had anxiety. Like, there's a difference between nervousness and anxiousness, and I guess this made me nervous all through high school and stuff, but once I got anxiety, it got 20 times worse, and that is dating. In my mind, I always think, okay, like, I want that storybook, I want kind of this guy who I'm gonna meet, and everything's just gonna be perfect, it's all gonna fall into place, and I guess I have anxiety that will never happen. That's like more of like a fear, I guess, but my anxiety for dating is like when I have to go on a date, I get so anxious. Like, and the thing is, I actively know it's ridiculous. Like, I know nothing bad's gonna happen. Like, literally, if I didn't like the date, I could leave. Like, it just makes no sense why I would get so anxious. Like, I'm a kind of person that likes to plan. I like to know when things are gonna happen, but what ends up happening is that I like making things more spontaneous because you don't have time to get nervous about them. And so if I had a date next Thursday, this whole week I would feel like horrible. I would feel sick, I wouldn't be able to eat, I would be so anxious. And it's not even just like a mild nervousness, I'm constantly thinking about it. Like, even when I force myself to think like, okay, you can cancel, like you can get out of this, it's fine. Like, I just get so nervous about it for absolutely no reason. Like, it's so irrational, and I know that, and I'm a very rational person, so it drives me crazy. And like, knowing that I have anxiety about it makes me more anxious about it, and it's like a big rotating cycle of anxiety. Another big anxiety I have, and if you are a friend of mine, especially one who lives far, I'm sorry, but I have a fear of going far distances. And I know this sounds crazy because I don't actually mind driving. I don't mind being in the car for a long time, but by myself, I think is my biggest problem. Like, I guess I'm not a very independent person, to be honest. I don't like going places I'm unfamiliar with by myself. Like, when I go to hang out with my friends who both live over an hour away, just driving that distance like by myself makes me so nervous. Like, my old boyfriend, he lived about a half hour from me, and I knew where he lived. Like, I knew exactly how to get to his house. I didn't need a GPS, but just going that far from home and not knowing the area that well, I guess, made me really anxious just to drive there. And I don't know why, it just does. And like, so if I know I'm going to my friend's house in like a week, that whole week I will be so anxious and I just won't feel well. I can make myself sick being so worried. I know it's irrational, I know it's stupid, and I know it's pointless, but it happens, and it's not something I can control. And I wish I didn't have that because I would be so much less limited in life. I feel like I limit myself so much because my anxiety is so bad. Another thing I talked about in my period rant video is that my period makes me anxious. I guess this happens to a lot of people, but I think it's more like okay, you have your period, you're not really anxious, you're just kind of like on guard, I guess, because you just don't want to make sure anything bad's gonna happen, or you don't want to be stuck in a situation you can't like fix your way out of or something. But for me, I get cramps so bad, like they're paralyzing. Like, I can't do anything, and they could come at any time, and I actually get so sick from my cramps. I've puked in the past a number of times from the pain, and I'm always just nervous that that's gonna happen when I'm out. Or like, if my friends are, oh, let's all get together this day, I'm like, oh, I can't, that's the day I'm supposed to get my period. Like, I'll cancel plans or rearrange or reschedule things around it, and it's really irregular, so it's so dumb to do that, but I don't want to have to like cancel things. So that's another thing. Leads me, good segue into the next one, that canceling plans is like, gives me so much anxiety. When it comes to canceling plans, for me, it's not always like, with some friends I really have no problem with it and stuff like that, but when it comes to like work, like, if I cancel work because I'm sick, I feel so much worse. Like, I make myself even more sick because I have to cancel. I know it's stupid because things happen, obviously, like, people get sick, like, that happens. Like, I feel like it sounds like it's an excuse. Like, I always feel like people are thinking I'm lying, and like, people are thinking I'm faking being sick, or like, this isn't really like, true or something, and it's not. That's not like how it is. I just get this horrible fear like that. It's so stupid. Like, going on a train, I get so nervous about it. Getting onto the train before the train moves, I get so scared. But the second the train is moving and like the doors are shut and like that's it, I stop, my fear kind of goes away, and I'm fine because I know, okay, well, now I'm here and I don't have a choice. I'm here and that's it. And I think that's kind of where it gets to me, is like the choice that you have. Like, there's always a small chance that you can cancel, that you can do this, that you can do that. So when I get nervous about a date or like work or something, like, there's always like, you can cancel, like, there is that opportunity, there is that choice, and that's what makes me so nervous. Like, if I didn't have that choice, I wouldn't get as nervous. I love grocery shopping, and I think this is weird, not many people do, but I like grocery shopping, like going to Target and stuff like that, but waiting in a line, like, oh my god, I don't know what it is, but it is like the literal worst anxiety for me. I get so worked up and like get hot sweats and like have panic attacks in lines at stores, and this is like whether that's why I could never go to like Black Friday or anything, even like just normal stores. Like if there's one person in front of me, I get super anxious. And the thing about this is that it's not even consistent. Like I don't always feel this way, but like, there are certain times where I feel so anxious in a line. I don't know why I feel like I can't escape, because it's kind of like that fear like I said about like a train or an airplane, where like you don't have a choice, but you do have a choice. That's the thing. Like on an airplane you don't. You can't just be like, oh, stop the plane, you know, I need to get out. But in a line you do kind of have that option where you could be like, oh my god, if I don't feel good I could leave my cart here and run. But you kind of also are stuck because you're stuck in that line. You can't get out of line. You're already in line. Like you're there. I'm always afraid I'm gonna get like the second person and like that's it. I'm gonna lose it. Like I don't know what it is. I think I'm gonna have like a panic attack, like a really crazy one. And the thing is I haven't. Like I think I've only in my life had like 2 major panic attacks in public. I usually only have them like in private. I've had panic attacks in public, but like always hold it together. And I know that I'm going to hold it together. So I don't know why I let myself get so worked up about it. I know that doesn't make sense, and it probably doesn't make sense to a lot of you unless you have that same anxiety as I do. Like it's such an irrational fear, and I know it's crazy. 2 more things that give me anxiety that kind of go together, I guess. That kind of not really, but one is not eating enough. And this is something that's like from my anxiety gives me like a nauseous feeling, and I lose an appetite, and then I get anxious that I'm not eating enough, and then I get more anxious because I'm not eating enough, and you actually don't feel good when you don't eat enough. So I always have food with me no matter what. I'm like super precautious, so like if you're ever with me you'll see that in my backpack or my purse or whatever, I always have like tampons and water and snacks and like anything you could possibly ever need in a situation, because I'm so nervous something's gonna happen, and nothing ever does. I rarely even use that stuff, but because I have it, like I just feel like it's like a safety blanket, I guess, for me. But then along with not eating enough, which gives me major anxiety, I have this like thing about being sick, and it's not like I feel like I'm gonna die or anything like that, but sometimes I feel like when I'm sick I'm just like never gonna go away, and that's kind of my fear. Also my fear of being sick is when I have to call out of work and things. It like all adds up, especially when I'm sick, because there's so many different things that happen when you're sick that I feel like cause me anxiety. So it's like I fear that I'm never gonna feel better. Like I'm not gonna die. I don't really have a fear of death, to be honest, which is kind of weird. I fear when I'm sick that I'll just always be sick. Like if I have a stuffy nose or a congestion, like when is this gonna go away? Why is this happening to me? Like is it ever gonna stop? I feel like I'm just like losing all control. And I like don't have control of certain things in my life. I get super anxious about it. It just really bothers me, and I feel like there's so many things I'm missing out on this list, and I'm gonna think of them all later today and be like, oh my god, I have to put all those things in. So there's probably more, and if you want me to do like an updated one of these, then let me know in a comment. But that's kind of it for now, I guess, because I can't think of anything else. I really hope it doesn't like this helped you, or you enjoyed it, or you just felt related to, or you kind of understood where I was coming from, or something like that. But thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, please give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!